Well, good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us. What a week. And as we are recording this interview prior to the weekend, the presidential race was still undecided, although it looked as if Joe Biden had the inside track. We're going to proceed anyway and talk about what we do know and what we might know with our guest, James Pindell, the ace political reporter from the Boston Globe. James, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for joining me.
So, of course, we're still waiting, but you wrote a column for the Globe a day after Election Day predicting that even if Joe Biden wins, he faces, as you put it, a mess when he takes office in January. And you're not even really talking about the pandemic and the economy. What did you mean?
American politics is an absolute mess right now. We talk about the election, which we should separate from our politics. The election, let's give praise. We had the highest voter turnout since 1908. We had new rules in different states that secretaries of state, as well as local volunteer election poll workers had to pull off in the middle of a pandemic. And they did. There wasn't any wide-scale election interference. There weren't any wide-scale issues of fraud. So hats off to them, hats off to America on that. But elections are more than just the process of electioneering. It's also a chance for Americans to weigh in on what should be on the agenda, who should lead, what's the path forward. And it's very difficult to come up with a through line of what exactly is on the minds and the mood of America politically right now. I think a lot of people had in their mind where this thing was headed, that Joe Biden would likely be president. And the question was going to be, was it going to be by a landslide or not? How many more Democrats would come with him or not?
We're going to win.
And that is just not what happened, obviously. The Republicans picked up seats in the U.S. House. And so progressives had a really bad night. Establishment Democrats had a really bad night. Trump may have had a really bad night for him. Better than expected, but if you lose, you lose. And establishment Republicans, depending on where you're looking at and what race you're looking at, had a bad night. And so we have factions deciding all these parties. It's just a mess.
Well, what didn't Democrats get about election night here? And let's focus specifically on Maine, where Susan Collins, the incumbent senator there, was getting hammered by her Democratic opponent in every poll all summer and fall. She wound up breezing to re-election. What happened?
Well, let's be honest and humble. We're not exactly sure. Obviously, like everyone else, thought that Susan Collins would lose, probably because of ranked choice voting in Maine, but we'll set that aside. What is clear is that there was a lot of ticket splitters in Maine. Every single poll all year showed Susan Collins losing and showing her with 43% of the vote tops. And she needed to get at least 50% to get past ranked choice voting. She did. And she won by 9 points. And Joe Biden won by 9 points. And it was not actually part of Susan Collins's closing message. I watched every single debate. I've covered that race for the last 16 months. And the closing message from Susan Collins wasn't that Joe Biden's going to win and you need a Republican Senate. In fact, I was surprised that more people have not made that argument around the country. But that clearly may have been on the minds of a lot of voters as they headed to the polls in Maine.
Wow, very interesting. All right, let's take our break here. When we come back, let's shift the focus back to Massachusetts. Without a lot of big marquee contests on the ballot, but with some interesting results as well. And we'll do that when we continue our conversation with James Pindell of the Boston Globe in just a moment. Stay with us.